Reprising his role as the legendary Bilbo Baggins, it's Emmy Award-winning actor Martin Freeman!
Thank you so much.
Look, kind of the star of the show, Bilbo Baggins of Bag End. Martin Freeman, welcome to your premiere.
Thank you. Lovely to be here, thank you.
Do you love these events? What are they like?
They're lovely.
Yeah.
There's everything you would imagine. Yes, they're lovely. All these lovely people who have come to see the film, camped out just to see us.
Yeah.
Yeah, loyal, lovely people, yeah.
Are you looking forward to seeing the film tonight?
Yes, I am, very much so, yeah. It's a completion for us, you know, it's the end of the story, and I want to be there and really sharing it with all our, you know, lovely friends we did it with. So, yeah, it's very important to us.
Can I say thank you very much for coming tonight? You can have a good night.
Well, it would be quite off if I hadn't come, wouldn't it? It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Slightly. Thank you so much. Back to you, Alex.
And about to you guys to your right again, if you can, please. Wait to your right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here right now with none other than Bilbo Baggins himself. It is the absolutely brilliant Mr. Martin Freeman! Do you ever get used to that?
No, not quite.
It's immense, isn't it?
I think if you got too used to it, you'd be a bit mad. But no, it's the fans have outdone themselves again. They've surpassed themselves, camping out in all weathers for days and days. They've really done a good job tonight. So thank you.
If you had to describe a Hobbit fan from your encounters with them, how would you describe them?
Very attractive, very intelligent, fantastically dressed, well-read, great taste in music, and great taste in actors.
They are good then. They're good fans. Let's talk about this film. And first of all, in terms of scale, this kind of redefines epic. The Battle of the Five Armies is just a huge battle. How was it to film for you? That must be some of the biggest action you've ever done as an actor.
Yes, it was. I mean, it's a lot of fighting, real things and imaginary things. Yeah, I agree. The scale of it is mind-boggling, really, and I think Pete's done a fantastic job on, as he always does, on those huge choreographic kind of pieces. He manages to get all of that very, very well, but never forget. He always cuts away to the human cost of it. He will cut away to eyes or a reaction that is vulnerable or that is telling something about character, rather than just a load of blokes wailing at each other with axes or whatever. I think he gets that balance right very, very well.
And some of the greatest character beats in this movie are moments shared between you and Thorin, Bilbo and Thorin, Richard Armitage acting opposite yourself. How tough was it to get that right? Because they are hugely important moments.
They are very important. I mean, well, I like Richard very much. You know, you've met Richard. He's a lovely bloke, very, very easy to get along with, very easy to work with. So that makes it easier, frankly. And Pete's a good director. He expects you to do your job. He expects you to be good at your job and prepared. But, you know, he'll give you a nudge here and there. But other than that, he's willing to see what comes into the room. Do you know what I mean? And so, you know, you bring what you bring, and he'll go, yeah, a bit more of that or a bit less of that. And somehow it just felt very easy in there, because the working environment was very easy down there. The culture there is just very work-orientated, but not stressful, you know.
Having visited New Zealand, it is. I think you're absolutely right. It's a wonderful place to be making a movie, I imagine.
Yeah, it really is. You feel like, well, we've all said it. We've all said it. It's boring to say it, but I'll say it again. It felt like a big home movie. You know what I mean? There were times when I was on set that I thought, now I know people will be seeing this, but will they really? It felt like we were just doing it for our own pleasure, you know. And there's no nicer feeling, you know.
There has been talk about this being fairly emotional this evening, because it is the final movie from Middle-earth. In terms of the qualities of the Battle of the Five Armies, how good a farewell is this to be saying to Middle-earth?
Well, I hope the film. I think the film is a very good farewell to it. I hope people agree. And a night like tonight is, I think, fitting. You know, well, not just for us, but for the people who have invested so much, the fans who have invested so much in us since Lord of the Rings, invested so much in this world. This feels like a really good climax tonight because people are well up for a good night and they've showed their support and they've rallied round. And I hope now we can share it with them, that they enjoy it as much as we did.
When you look back on your time making the movies, is there one memory that is your fondest? Is there something that sticks out as a moment you'll cherish from your time making the Hobbit trilogy?
That's hard because, as you can imagine, there's 2.5 years worth pretty much of memories. I think really what I take away is the friendships I made, you know, and the people that I'm in on, the cast and crew, who were just fantastic professionals, lovely human beings. I got to work with wonderful actors. You know, I got to hang out with Gandalf and work with one of the best directors in the world. So there were too many memories really to pick one.
Okay, well, finally, Martin, obviously...
You're going to say, yeah, but you have to.
Not gonna
have to pick one.
Well, go on then, just one. We have thousands of fans here in Leicester Square, hundreds of thousands watching all around the world online. Do you have a message for those fans down that camera now?
Yes, thank you, fans. We used to say that as kids, didn't we? Thank you, fans. No, thanks all for coming out. And if you didn't come out, but you're going to go and see the film, I really hope you like it. If you're not going to go to the cinema and see it, I really hope you buy the DVD and then you like it. And if you don't do any of those things, you're not a real fan.
Martin, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the brilliant Mr. Martin Freeman!
Watch the flames burn all along the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. And I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire. Souls, I see fire, burning the breeze, and I hope that you should my people fold and surely I'll do the same. Confined in mountain holes, go too close to the flame, calling out Father, hold fast and we will watch the flames burn all along the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. I see fire inside a mountain. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire hollow and soul. I see fire burning the breeze, and I hope that you remember me. And
So here we are at the world premiere of the Battle of the Five Armies. This has been the largest stream for any Warner Brothers, MGM or New Line premiere ever. We have been live in 160 countries around the world, and as well as, of course, New Zealand itself. So a big hello if you're watching in New Zealand. I'd now like to hand you over to the man who has made all of this possible. It is, of course, the legend himself, Sir Peter Jackson!
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I just really want to thank everybody that has come to share in this night with us. I'm very, very sorry that we can't show you the film unless we project it up on these screens. The only people that wouldn't like that is the studio, unfortunately, because you've all got cell phones, you see. But I hope that when you do get to see the movie that you enjoy it, because we make it for you. We make it for the people who are in these streets, for our fans, for the people that enjoy these movies, and I hope that you like this one. Thank you very much for coming tonight. I'm going to hand you over to the Hobbit, Bilbo Baggins.
Thank you, Pete. Yes, just to echo what Pete said, thank you so much for coming out, everybody. Everyone in the auditorium and outside of the auditorium, as Pete says, we make this for you. We also make it for ourselves because selfishly, it's a very good, fun gig. And it's lovely to see each other, but really to share it with you now, the reason I'm not sad and it's not bittersweet for me, I'm just excited to be handing it over to the audience and to be hoping that you love it as much as we enjoyed making it. So again, thank you so much for coming. You're the best fans in the world. You're loyal and mad. So thank you so much. Go and warm up.
He wants his microphone back. This must be a very expensive model.
Quite enough from you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for the cast and filmmakers behind The Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies.